How many times have you been asked, Mom, what's for dinner? By your husband, by your kids? And honestly, maybe even you're asking yourself that question. So I'm not sure if this has something to do with mothers breastfeeding their kids. But now like I'm associated with food and feeding people like at all times. And just about every time I walk into a room, somebody is asking me for a snack, or they're telling me they're hungry, or they're asking me how much longer until lunch. It's just like mom equals food. Wife equals food. Somehow we got associated with each other. So I totally get that my kids are growing, and honestly, they're probably hungry more than I am. Okay, I'm an emotional eater. We'll have to have an episode about that sometime. I'm working on it. I have a book, super good. Did a little bit of backsliding this past week, but I'm gonna get back on track on Monday. All diets start on Monday. Anyway, I know that my kids are hungry more than I am because they're growing, right? They need all that extra nutrition because their bones are developing, their muscles, their brain development. I know they need all of that, but is it not like exhausting being a mom? Like they're always hungry. They always want to eat. They're always needing a snack. They're always reaching for a yogurt in the fridge. I'm like, just stop already. Like, do you have a bottomless pit? The thing that honestly gets on my nerves though, and it's not when my kids push away their food that I made for dinner, even though that's like super annoying, but what like is the most just irks me is when I'm in the zone, right? And I'm trying to get something done and my kids interrupt me and they ask me to make them like a grilled cheese or a smoothie or peanut butter and jelly or something like that. Like I get into a flow and I'll be jamming to some tunes, or I'm listening to a podcast or something like that, and I'm doing chores, or maybe I'm working from home. And then right as I get into like a rhythm and things are flowing really well, I get interrupted by a tiny human asking me for a snack. And it's like, not even lunchtime. It irks me. It's just annoying. So not to mention the main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that plus all the snacks, it's a lot. And then you throw in some picky eaters, and then the price of groceries has gone up recently. Like, has anyone else noticed? Meal planning, it's like insane. It feels like an uphill climb. And what makes it so exhausting is it's an uphill climb that you have to do 3 times a day, every day. You don't get to climb the hill once and then you're done. You have to do it every day. And it's exhausting because it doesn't matter how good it was the last time. You have to go do it again. You've never reached the top of the hill. So I'm a working mom and I've had to figure out how to juggle the grocery shopping, sometimes with kids in tow, okay, the meal planning, the cooking, having an endless supply of snacks on hand, working full time, or right now I'm doing part-time. And I'm not trying to diminish any of you stay-at-home moms, okay? I've done that too. In fact, that's what I do in the summertime because I'm a teacher. I don't work in the summers. So I've done the stay-at-home mom thing too. And I know that it's a full-time job. Being a mom is a full-time job, whether you are working or not working. The momhood is work. It's insane. I think someone did a study. I'm pretty sure we did a podcast about it where we mentioned that being a mom is like 2.5 full-time jobs. So anyway, not trying to diminish the stay-at-home moms, but when you're working outside of the home and you're trying to be mom at home too, there just isn't as much time to spend in the kitchen as when I'm home with my kids. So like in the summertime, I have way more time to meal prep, way more time to do cooking. Whereas during the months when I'm working at the school, my mealtime is like, it's a lot smaller. Okay. So I've had to teach myself and I've just had to adapt and I've had to make it work. So I'm going into, am I finishing at my 10th year or 11th year teaching? I can't remember if it's 10 or 11, but I've been doing this for a while. Okay, so I've learned a few things. I know there's lots more for me to learn, but here's what I have learned, and I'm going to share it with you today. I'm going to share things that apply to you as a mom working outside the home or inside the home. It doesn't matter if you're a parent, if you have kids, and if those kids like to eat. This episode is for you. So I'm going to share some ways that I budget my groceries. I make grocery shopping a little bit easier when the kids have to tag along. And then at the end, I'm sharing my basic meal planning template that I really think that you're going to love. So make sure you grab a pen and paper for that last segment, because you're definitely going to want to take a couple notes. I'll be right back. So you know you're a mom when going to the grocery store all by yourself is considered a treat. And I used to get myself a fun coffee when I would go to the grocery store all by myself. I don't know if everybody has a Hannaford's. I don't know how widespread across America those are, but up in New England, we have a grocery store called Hannaford's. And I don't know if every Hannaford's does this, but at least the one that I went to when I lived in Vermont, they had a little cup holder in the shopping cart. And I loved that. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure they had like a little coffee machine, like a specialty coffee machine down by the floral section, like when you would first walk in. And it was like by the bakery. And if I was going grocery shopping by myself, which was such a treat, I would get myself a fun little cappuccino or something, and I'd put it in a little cup holder, and oh, it was just, it's the little things in life, you guys. It just was so nice. It was my little treat for myself. So when my kids were little, like young preschooler ages, I had one of those little kid grocery shopping carts. I'm pretty sure the one that I had was from Melissa and Doug. You don't have to get that one. You can get them pretty much anywhere. But I kept it in the back of my minivan, and we would use it when we would go grocery shopping. Like when the kids got too big to sit in like the little seat in the grocery cart, or if I had to take two kids and I had one in the seat and one walking next to me, I would bring out the grocery cart. And let me tell you, like, it was so cute. I have some pictures. I'll have to try and see if I can find them, and we can maybe post them on our Instagram page. Yeah, I'll have to post some of those pictures, but it was so cute, and we got so many compliments from it. Like, people would stop us and be like, oh my word, that is adorable. It was so cute. So we used it for that, and they loved it so much, and I would let them pick out fruits and vegetables, and they could put that in their little cart. I would let them pick out cereal too. They could push that in their little cart, and I'd have to make sure like they followed me around the store. I mean, it's a little bit of like a learning curve because you're trying to learn how to not run into people, but it's really, really cute. Sometimes halfway through the trip, you're gonna have to take some things out of their grocery cart so that they can keep putting things in, because it is a child-sized grocery cart, so it only has so much capacity that you can fit. But yeah, they loved being able to do that and help me out. And anytime something is within their reach, I would let them get it off the shelf. Like, obviously, if it was like glass, I wouldn't let them do it. I would get it myself. If it's like a jar of salsa, I'll get it. But if it's like a box of oatmeal or something like that, I could let them do it. And I would tell them, okay, go grab mommy one of the butters, one of the blue butters or something like that. I would say, okay, pick one of the green boxes for noodles, or pick one of these yogurts right here. And so you still give them like parameters, like which ones you're trying to buy, but they get to pick it out. They like some, even if it's not like a certain flavor, like maybe all the yogurts or strawberry yogurts, you know, they still get to pick out which box they're going to get and which box is going to go in their cart. And another thing I would do with my kids is my kids love picking out an apple to eat after we're done at the store. I'm not one of those moms who lets their kids eat the fruit in the store unless it's like, they used to have programs before COVID where kids could come in and get like a banana or an apple or a cookie, and they could just like, they could just have it and you didn't have to pay for it. Since COVID, I don't think a lot of stores are doing that right now, but I would say, okay, go pick out an apple or a pear or whatever, and we'll just save it. Like we would put it in the little seat of the cart. So it was like special. And we would save that for the end of the trip. Or you could take them to the bakery and they can pick out one of those muffins. It gives your kids something to look forward to, and you can skip the candy aisle because you already have a treat for the car. You already have a snack for the car. And it's a little bit of an incentive for being good, you know, and yeah, and you know, it gets them to eat fruits. So there you go. Okay, so now let's talk about making the most of your budget. So inflation is a thing, okay? It's really hitting us hard at the gas station and at the grocery store. Like prices are insane. I don't remember how much avocados used to be, but I just went grocery shopping yesterday and a bag of avocados was almost $10. And I was like, what? Like, these aren't even like special or organic. They're just normal avocados. So it was insane. It was insane. So here's some things I have to share with you on how to help you stick to your budget, make the most out of your budget. The grocery bill has gone up. As much as I've tried, it's gone up, but I'm still able to keep it pretty tight with these 6 tricks. So number 1, if your store has a loyalty program or a rewards program, you need to sign up. So right now I shop at this grocery store called Shaw's. And yesterday when I did my grocery shopping, I'm not even kidding you. Like, I'm not just saying this to make the podcast episode sound good. Like, I'm not even kidding. I got $17 taken off of my grocery bill just because I had their app. Okay. Now that was kind of special. It doesn't happen every single time I go to the grocery store, but I had been stacking my points and saving my points, and I got $17 taken off my grocery bill, which was a lot. It was pretty cool. I loved watching the number just like drop by $17 just because I had an app on my phone, a free app on my phone. Okay. The loyalty programs, they're free. Normally you get like a little plastic tag they want you to put on your keychain, or a lot of stores now just have an app, which is super helpful. And on the app that I use, at least, you can get all these digital coupons on the app, totally free. You don't even have to show it to the cashier, at least the program that I'm on. You just click on the coupon that you want, and it's associated with your phone number. So when I go up to the checkout, I punch in my phone number, all my coupons are on there, all my points are on there, and it just comes off automatically. It's pretty cool. I love it. So you can get the digital coupons, you can get the reward points, and you can put that towards your grocery bill. Every now and then, at least for my grocery store, they will have a free item, which is kind of fun. Like I got like a free bag of shredded cheese, and I used that to make pizza this last week. They might have a random free item that's something I wouldn't normally buy, but hey, it's free, I'm gonna grab it. But you have to have the rewards program in order to get those items or get those coupons. Number 2, buy the store brand, okay, or like the no-name brand. So unless you're like a diehard, like, I will eat Dorito chips and all other corn chips are garbage, which again, I understand. Doritos are pretty epic, especially the ranch ones, like, oh, so good. So I understand loyalty to certain brands or certain food products, but the majority of other things you can just get way cheaper by buying an off brand. And oftentimes the food is made at the same factory, the same ingredients, it's the same machinery. They're just slapping a different label on the box. So if you're trying to like buy oatmeal or rice or, you know, things like that, and you're not super concerned about things being organic or plant-based or whatever, buy the store brand. It's just about the same thing, and It's way cheaper than that big name brand. If you're super concerned, go ahead and check the ingredient list. Honestly, if like the first 5 ingredients are the same thing, it's the same product. Okay, so that's my second thing, is to buy the store brand. Oh, also get the breakfast cereal that are like in the bags. They're like the off brand. Like it's not, what's it called? It's not Lucky Charms. It's called like Magic Stars or something like that. It tastes just the same. It's just the same as the big brand cereal. You're just buying it in a bag. You're not paying for the cardboard. I don't understand. I think part of it is bulk. Just buy those, that off brand. You're going to save a lot of money with that. Okay, and then going into my third point, if you can, buy in bulk. Okay, not everybody has a Costco or like a Sam's Club near them. We used to have a Costco where I lived, but now where we live, we don't. But you can still buy in bulk at the grocery store. Okay, maybe not just as big a bulk. So instead of buying the small packet of rice that you just pop in the microwave, buy the 5-pound bag of rice. Okay, when you're at the store, look at the little price tags that they have. You know, it says, I don't know, I'm just rattling off the top of my head. Let's say 5 pounds of rice is $3. Okay, I don't know. But then a pack of rice that you pop in the microwave is $1.97. Okay, that's pretty easy to tell that, okay, you're going to get way better bang for your buck buying in bulk versus buying the small package. But also on the side of the label that says like it's $1.99 or it's $2.99 or whatever, there's a small thing in the corner that says you how much you're paying per pound or per ounce or per liter or whatever. And you look at that and compare it to how much you're paying per pound, per liter, per ounce on the other packaging, and you will see a massive difference. Okay, and that will tell you like how much money you're going to be saving by buying it in bulk. All right, number 4, and this one might be kind of hard, but once you get used to it, it's not that bad. Don't make meat the star of the meal. Okay, the meat it's more expensive than other plant-based proteins. So when you're looking for recipes, look for ones where like meat is just like, it's just like another ingredient, okay, that you add to the meal. It's not like the main course. All right, so like chili, for instance, you can load up your chili with vegetables and beans and like all kinds of other stuff. And yes, like definitely, like if you want to throw some meat in there, but it doesn't have to be the star of the show. Okay, you can do like stir fries, and that you can load up with vegetables, and yeah, throw some chicken in there, throw some strips of steak in there, but that's the steak, the chicken isn't the main focus. It's just another ingredient that's thrown in there with all the vegetables. Same thing with casseroles. You can use meat, but you'll be having to buy less of it because it's not the big showstopper of your meal. It's just it's just in there. It's just an ingredient, you know, and that's a way to save some money there. Number 5, shop the sales. So say ground beef is on sale this week, make your meals revolve around that. Or if you don't want to just be eating ground beef all week, and I get it, just grab 2 packs and freeze one and just defrost it the day that you need it. And if you do that, if you buy meat when it's on sale, you buy an extra package and you freeze it, you'll have a stock of different meats that you can pick from. Just defrost them the day you use them. It'll be perfectly fine. Always check the flyer. So you can do this, you can do it online, and sometimes they'll send it to your mailbox, which is very helpful. See what the sales are for that week and make those your ingredients, okay, for the meals, like whatever vegetables they have on sale, whatever meat, if they've got pasta or spaghetti sauce, whatever is on sale, look at that first and then make a plan with what you want to eat this week. You should always walk into the grocery store with a plan. All right. You don't want to find yourself roaming the aisle, just grabbing whatever looks good, trying to figure out what you're making for dinner that night. Planning ahead will save you money. All right. My last tip I'm going to share about budgeting is for all of my impulse buyers out there. Or if you just like really have to stick to a really tight budget, you need to order your groceries online and pick up outside the store. Okay. You You can do that these days now that the pandemic has been a thing. A lot of grocery stores are now offering this online service where you go ahead and you click all of the products that you want, you load them into your shopping cart, you tell them what day, and then they shop for you. And that is a great way to save some money and to not be an impulse buyer. So it's great because you can watch the total of your groceries go up, the total cost, as you're putting things into the cart. So it's very visual, okay? And you can edit and move some things around. So if you're done with all your grocery shopping and you say, hey, I'm like $10 under budget, like, cool. You could either save that $10, you put it towards something else, or you could be like, you know what? I'm going to buy a fun treat. I'm going to get something cool for the kids this week. I'm going to get like a cheesecake. Like you can do that. Or if you're noticing like, whoa, we're going like way over budget, that gives you a chance to take a second look at what you're ordering. And like, all right, let's step back. Let's take a second. How can we edit this? What can we swap out? Okay, maybe we'll push one of these ideas till next week and we'll swap it out with something else, something a little bit cheaper. That's really handy to have all the totals put right there. You're in total control and you're way less likely to do impulse buying, okay? Because you're the one who's typing in the foods that you're wanting, the products that you're looking for, and you're not being bombarded with fancy eye-catching labels. This will actually help you save money. Now, stick around for my last segment, my friend, because I'm going to save you some headache with meal planning. Welcome back to the last segment of the show. If you're enjoying this episode and I've been able to help you out in some way, could you please do me a little favor? Could you just screenshot the show right now and upload it to your social media? Tag us at the Imperfect Moms Club podcast and let me know what your favorite tip from today's episode was. I would love to hear from you guys, and you are the ones who help us grow our community, and you're the ones who make all of this possible. Okay, so I think I might have saved the best for last. And like I said, you might want to grab a pen and paper and jot a couple of these ideas down. I really think that these ideas are going to help you when it comes to meal planning. So we make most of our own meals at home. Like we make most of them from scratch. Okay. We go out to eat like twice a month, if that. We just do a lot from scratch. My husband loves cooking. So it's just what we do. It saves us a lot of money on our bill. And, it's also kind of fun to involve the kids too. It's kind of like a fun after school thing, and we can talk and chat and, talk about their day, talk about what they're learning, or just, have some family time, just interact. But even if you don't make everything from scratch, this meal template will be helpful. So I only plan dinners. I don't write out breakfast because I always have cereal and oatmeal and eggs available. I mean, I don't know if anyone else out there has backyard chickens, but my chickens are laying like 9 eggs a day. We have so many eggs. Yeah, so I don't write out like, oh, I'm making pancakes on Wednesday and we're having scrambled eggs on Thursday. I just make sure we have breakfast food. And with my chickens, we always have breakfast food. And people can just grab whatever they want. If you just want a bowl of cereal, cool. If you just want me to warm you up some oatmeal, that's fine too. I don't plan out breakfast. I just have breakfast stuff on hand. I also don't plan out lunches. So same as breakfast food, I just make sure I have sandwich stuff on hand, like peanut butter and jelly, deli meat, vegetables, like cucumbers and lettuce. Cucumbers, like They always go bad before I can finish the whole cucumber. I think I'm the only one in the family who eats cucumbers on her sandwich. But anyway, I always have those types of things on hand. Or, you know what, people can just have leftovers from the night before if they want, and that's just fine too. And it makes life so much easier for me, especially because right now we're still in the school year. So leftovers get thrown in the lunchbox or a sandwich or something like that. I'm not going to sit there and plan out how many peanut butter jellies I'm going to be making this week, or if I'm going to have hot dogs one day or another day. We just have sandwich stuff. It's just what we have. Now dinners are what I like to plan. So this is where it gets helpful, because you're listening and you're like, Brittany, like, you're not helping me. You're just telling me to not plan and just to have food. I'm like, I know, but now I'm here to help. Okay. Dinner is where it's at. So here's my little template. So I'm going to go through it quickly, and then I'll spell it out for you a little bit slower after. So just listen and then take notes right after. So once a week, we'll have some kind of noodle dish. Once a week, we'll have something like Asian. Once a week, we'll have some kind of breakfast for dinner. Another night, something from the crock pot. Friday is always pizza night. And once a week, we try something new, and then bagel sandwiches on Sunday. So let me run through that again slower. 1, something with noodles. 2, something Asian. 3, something for breakfast, like a breakfast food, breakfast for dinner. 4, something from the crock pot. 5, pizza night. Okay, Friday's pizza night. 6, something new, something you've never tried before, you've never made it before. And 7 is sandwiches, bagel sandwiches. Makes them just a little bit fancier. Or you could do like melted sandwiches. So if you use this template or make your own template, it's going to make, like, you're gonna have way less stress when you're trying to do your meal planning. So for me, like, I know that every Friday night is pizza night. So I don't have to think about Friday. Okay. I also know that on Sundays, we just always have bagel sandwiches. My husband is Jewish, and I'm such a bad Jewish wife. I'm not Jewish, but he is. And I don't know if it's a Jewish thing, but they love bagels. I mean, his family loves bagels, and they would always go out and get bagels on Sunday. So that's just kind of like a thing we do. We always have bagel sandwiches on Sundays. So I don't have to think about that. And on the other days, I just make something that falls under that category, like that theme, if you will. And you can swap these around for different days. Like, we don't always have breakfast for dinner on Wednesday, or always have crock pots on Thursday. It's just like, it's whatever you need it to be. Okay. You swap them around for what fits your family's needs. Like, if you're having a really busy day and everyone's like going to swimming lessons, or they have meetings, or they're having piano lessons, or whatever, that might be a really good day to have a crock pot dinner. You know, you like set it up at lunch and it just cooks. And that way, when you come home from all of your activities, dinner's done. Dinner's ready to go. Okay, so move it around for what your family needs. So breakfast for dinner is always a winner. Like, nobody's upset about that. Because honestly, like, we don't really get to sit down at breakfast. I'm always eating breakfast standing up, because I'm trying to do all these things, get everybody ready, get the lunch boxes made, and get everyone's hair done before we run out the door. I don't get to sit for breakfast. But so that's why it's nice to do breakfast for dinner. Also, you get to make things like waffles with like fruit and whipped cream on top. Like, that's something like I'm not going to get to just make on a typical day. Or you can do like some fancy like scrambled eggs with like salsa on the side and other toppings or whatever. So this is your opportunity to have fun with breakfast, make something awesome that you wouldn't normally get to make in the morning, because you're trying to rush the kids off to work or to school or whatever the thing is. You can also like switch out Asian food for like Mexican food or French or whatever your family likes. Okay. Sometimes it's even fun to ask your kids, say, hey, if you could pick a meal this week, what would it be? Now, if it was my 4-year-old, she would say buttered noodles. But my 7-year-old would say something like chili. She loves chili. Or she likes spaghetti and meatballs. She loves spaghetti and meatballs. So sometimes I'll let them pick something, or I might let them pick what side dish, like what vegetable are we having with this, or what kind of bread? Are we making rolls? Are we doing croissants? Are we getting a baguette? Like, what are we doing? And they like that. They like to feel heard. They like to be involved. And hopefully it makes actually eating dinner a little less stressful, and they won't be as picky because they got to help pick what's on the table. So you guys, that is all I have for you today. And I really hope that this episode was helpful. It's something I would have liked to have had like when I first became a working mom and I was trying to juggle all of this stuff. So I really hope this was helpful. And if it was, would you please just share it with a friend and help our community of imperfect moms grow? We all just need to band together and help each other learn and grow and get through this thing called motherhood. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.